make a felt name banner with me. To start off with, I cut out my individual letters on paper and attach them with some sellotape just to make sure that the placement is okay and that they fit on the door well. So today we're making Theo. Next, I pick out my felt colours. Customer wanted a mint green, white and cream theme. So here we've got this lovely vibrant mint. I trace around my letters with a heat erasable pen. This one's from Amazon. It's just a heat erasable gel pen, really easy to come across. What I will say is they are quite messy. Look at the state of my hands there. They really do create a mess, but it leaves a nice thick line, and it means that it's really easy for me when I'm cutting the felt to have that really nice thick line. Next thing to do is to draw around the O and the H and the clouds to make the remainder of the banner. Here I am with a little time lapse, just drawing around the O, really taking my time and making sure I do the thickest line I can. And there we go, there's everything all traced out and ready to be cut. For the cutting, I do recommend these scissors. They're by a brand called Millward. They're just really sharp, and I can get really neat and straight lines with it. Nothing more to say, just a good set of scissors. A little tip for when cutting out. What I like to do is to just quickly cut around the letter, not tight to the line or anything like that, just so that I've got that piece of felt by itself. It makes it a lot easier to get in close to the intricate letters of the E, just when it's all on its own sheet. So here you can see me just trying my hardest to be as tight to the line as possible. I'm really taking my time. This is at full speed, so that's just to show you how slowly I go around. I just want my line to be as neat as physically possible so that I'm creating the nicest product for my customers. Now that I finished cutting that E, I cut out my T's, just got the H, O and the clouds to go. Next step is to remove the heat erasable gel pen with just a little mini iron. This one's from Cricut. Any old thing will do. Some people even use a hairdryer on the hottest setting. Whatever works for you. I just like to iron around the edges, really taking my time, making sure that there's no pen left. Next, I thought it would be nice for me to show you how I stuff my felt creations. Here's a felt cloud that I have already sewn all around the edges but left a small opening there just for me to fit my scissors through. So here you can see me putting the stuffing in, just using my thumb, then getting the scissors in there and really shoving it into all the corners, making sure that that cloud is getting a good old stuffing. Just sped it up here because it does take a long time. It can take me sort of 4 or 5 minutes to just stuff one thing, and I'm just making sure to really get it in there, make sure that it's as even as possible. So not much more to say really, just try and get it even. So once the stuffing is done, I just use my needle and thread and sew up the last pieces. Just really take my time to make sure that I don't catch any of the stuffing in my needle, and here's just a normal speed of how long it takes me to sew. I'm not the fastest at sewing, but I do try to make it as neat as possible so that all of my stitches are an equal distance apart. The stitch that I use is called a blanket stitch. I find that it just looks the prettiest. So I just sped up that last bit there for you. I end up by sort of tying a bit of a knot at the end. As you can see, I've just lost my thread there, so I just go over and back on myself a few times, tie a bit of a knot, and then once I've knotted up my final stitch, I put my needle through the felt piece, just come out from anywhere in the felt piece, pull it taut and snip it off. Here's another clip of me sewing, just to show you how painfully slow I am. Now the fun part. Once everything is sewn and stuffed, you can put it together by threading each letter onto a piece of string. I'm using linen string, it's really thick and sturdy, and I'm using a upholstery needle, I believe. I typed into Amazon extra long, strong needles, and that repair kit came up. Just an Amazon find, I believe it was about £6 or £7. Now you want the needle to be about as long as your piece, a little bit longer if you can, just so that you can easily get it through the piece. I don't like to glue my letters to the string because I like for them to be adjustable. So I thread it on and I will just poke the needle through the felt and basically just shove it through, making sure that it's on the same level on each of the letters. So here's me trying to film doing it one hand. But basically just find a little hole between my sewing and the needle and just pull the needle through. Really, really hard to do one-handed. Here you can see that I've got the needle through, and I would just try to get it as straight as possible and pull the needle through the felt piece, through the stuffing and out the other side. And I would do that for all the letters. And here is the finished name banner. I hope you love it. How cute is that? I've done the strings extra long because the customer wanted it so that it could be adjustable. Yay!